Hi, Caspar, on the 27th of October 2024. I've opened a white burgundy. I'm cooking porchetta next door, and I thought white burgundy might be a good mix. What is it? 2016 Beaune Premier Cru Clos Landry, which is a monopole of Bouchard Père et Fils, the firm of 8 years of age. And white burgundy at 8 years of age, even Premier Cru, I think, should be slightly circumspect about. I mean, these wines, there have been problems with premature oxidation and all that kind of thing. And the aging of white burgundy is no longer recommended to far horizons anyway. Well, this is bright canary yellow. It looks super healthy in the glass. I think it says 13.5% on the back label, by the way. Bright canary yellow. It's a very pretty looking thing in the glass. You might not be able to see that, but and the nose is an amalgam of wood and fruit. The fruit has a whisper of something. It majors on orchard fruit. I mean, particularly lovely ripe yellow pears. It's got a hint of something a little more tropical about it, a little more exotic, and then the veneer of oak on top creates this real nuttiness, which has changed actually. It started off really smelling of peanut, but sort of settled into itself, and I'm getting classic aromas of hot buttered toast, really. But it's got something nicely defined. When I first opened it, it was had a sort of slightly smudgy breadth to it. I think a bit more lees in evidence, but it's sort of cleaned itself up now. There's some sweet spice about it. I noticed something earlier that reminded me slightly of brassica stems, actually, which would excite my dog, who loves broccoli stems almost more than anything. That, I think, is just another bit of evidence that white wines, champagnes of any age often benefit from a bit of air. They just want to shake off that. Well, I always say to people, if I folded you up and put you in a drawer for 8 years, when you got out, you'd not only want to stretch your legs, but you'd probably also smell a bit weird. And I think it's the same with wines, when you take the cork out. There's something else going on in there. I'm really struggling to put my finger on it. There's a toasted lemon thing. Something higher pitched. It's nicely defined, actually. It smells good. And the palate has an instant delightful ripeness of fruit, and your sort of momentary concern that it's going to get a little bit out of shape and a little bit broad on you. Those fears are completely allayed when what has been inherent in the wine, actually from pretty much the moment it goes in the mouth, and becomes much more evident, is this sort of piquant, almost peppery mineral structure that brings the whole thing together, gives it shape and focus, and cleans up the finish. It's wine with a considerable weight of fruit, and it's got super persistence. It chunters along, holding that shape and the fruit concentration, while that sort of saline, piquant, salt and pepper structure adds bones to the flesh, if you like, or pushes into the long term. The finish itself almost has a slight bit of bitterness about it, which will probably make it fabulous with a bit of fatty pork belly. yeah, it's a nice wine. I remember actually liking this wine very, very much at the Bouchard launch tasting of the vintage, um, which is why I bought some myself. And my initial thoughts are absolutely proven right. But I think, not too cold, give it some air. God, if you fancy something really spectacular looking in a decanter, why not put it in a decanter? But it wants to be cellar temperature probably, not fridge cold, and yeah, give it some air. But it's a lovely thing. It's going to go really well with a bit of pork. There we are, 2016 Beaune Blanc, Premier Cru Clos Landry from the firm of Bouchard Père et Fils. Enjoying every mouthful. It's delicious.